Thank you, Madam Speaker, members. You know, I wish that we had a chance to vote on a real budget. I wish that the voters of California who passed Proposition 25 were going to be respected today. But instead, we're going to be voting on what is essentially the legislative paycheck protection plan. It's a joke. It's unbelievable that we've had all this time. We've been here for 6 straight months. California is in a crisis. It's in a crisis that was created by the ruling party. You guys have been in power for more than a decade, and you have wiped out the business climate here. You have overspent and overspent and overspent, and the only answer you ever have to the problems you create is to raise our taxes. You raised our taxes $12.5 billion last year and the year before. You gave the people a chance to vote on it and said, hey, how would you guys like to tax yourself in perpetuity with these same 3 taxes? And the people overwhelmingly said no. And yet, you whine and complain about the fact that we stood here and defended the people and defended the businesses of California. Well, I'm not ashamed of what we've been doing. We have not been hiding in plain sight. We've been standing up and fighting and just saying no to more destructive policies. I have sat here and watched as you guys unleash what could be called a .50 caliber machine gun aimed at businesses with bill after bill after bill after bill that is destroying the business climate, putting burdens on top of burdens, and that is significant when half our revenue comes from the people who work. PIT, personal income tax. When half our revenue comes from people's wages and we have 2.5 million Californians out of work, that should have been job number 1 instead of sitting around here having all these ceremonies and adjourning memories and all this other stuff. We should have been doing this, and today we should have been celebrating a victory for those who voted to punish us if we didn't get the budget done on time. So I stand here and say, you know what? We have an opportunity. Yeah, so we'll pass a sham budget today. Well, great. You guys can own it. But I think we ought to get to work. We ought to roll up our sleeves, and we ought to get Californians back to work, regardless of party, so that we can one day look out there and be proud of what we've done to make this the greatest state in the union. I urge a no vote.